AAA, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 38-year-old black bride shot dead by her husband right after the wedding. Let's get right into it.
In the early hours of March 30th, 2025, a 38-year-old mother was found dead with her 42-year-old wedded husband inside their apartment. Around 4:30 a.m., when police responded to a 911 call about a domestic disturbance situation in an apartment in the 5900 block of Ron Mar Drive, what they didn't expect to find was the lifeless bodies of a couple who had just had what many would consider a perfect wedding for a perfect couple.
Alexandria police say at around 4:30 a.m. they responded to a domestic disturbance in the 5900 block of Ron Mar Drive. Two bodies were discovered upon arrival, 38-year-old Shaterica Smith and 42-year-old Tracy Johnson.
Authorities say it appears that both died from gunshot wounds, but that Johnson's appeared to be self-inflicted.
Their public displays of love made them the talk of the town, and many believed they had it all. However, behind closed doors, their relationship was far from the fairy tale it appeared to be. The very man whom Shaterica had said "I do" to and showed off as the perfect partner turned out to be the one who would ultimately end her life. This is the very disturbing story of Shaterica Danielle Smith.
Hey, oh, bitch.
38-year-old Shaterica Danielle Smith was born on November 9, 1986, in Alexandria, Louisiana. While little is known about her father, Shaterica shared a close and loving bond with her mother, Terry Smith, who played a significant role in shaping her life. Family and friends remember Shaterica as a vibrant soul, full of love and joy, with a natural gift for spreading positivity. Her passion for dancing and her ability to uplift others made her truly unforgettable. During her time at Peabody Magnet High School, Shaterica was actively involved in various extracurricular activities, always making her presence known through her magnetic energy. She graduated with honors in 2005, leaving a lasting impression on classmates and teachers alike. That same vibrant personality extended into something more. To those who knew her, Shaterica was the life of the party. She could party like there was no tomorrow. Her lively spirit and contagious energy could light up any room. She also had an impeccable sense of style. Fashion was one of her many passions, and she had a talent for putting together eye-catching outfits. Many of her
The narrator, man, is very generous. I like how he says she had a knack for dancing when Shaterica was just twerking. You know what I'm saying? But rest in peace to this young lady who lost her life. Very, very big tragedy. And I want to touch videos like this so we could see if we could uncover some of the meaningful lessons we could learn from it. Because to me, this should have absolutely been avoided. Now, we won't take for granted for the fact that she was the child of a single mom. I think that has something to do with it. I'm not too sure what it has to do with it, but it has something to do with it. Because usually women who don't have their fathers, they don't know how to treat or pick good men because they don't have any representation of one in their lives, right? So to me, a lot of women that don't have their fathers in their life, they resent their fathers. Not all, but a good portion of them resent their fathers and don't know how to behave with men and understand healthy authority between a man and a woman, okay? Now, from what I could see, she seems like your typical woman from the neighborhood, from the block. She got the tattoos, she got the wig, she got the whole starter set, the whole look, the whole black girl in the modern hood era in America girl look, okay? The whole look. Tattoos on arms. I mean, like, all the trends that's going on, she's a part of it. So she's a part of the world. And I think this is definitely one of the issues because people become so worldly, they forget the world is of Satan, right? Satan is the world's daddy. So if you follow the world, you're going to get a lot of the lack, the death, the theft, that Satan loves, because Satan doesn't come unless he could steal, kill, and destroy. And that's exactly what he does in our community. So sad to see this. I guess we're going to figure out more about why her husband, after their wedding, did such a heinous crime. It seems really ridiculous to me. I still don't know. Let's continue watching.
Which she proudly shared on social media, where friends and family admired her confidence and flair. Shaterika was known for her boundless compassion and generosity. She showed care and consideration to everyone she encountered. Her love was genuine, given freely and without hesitation, making her a bright light in the lives of many. So it came as no surprise when she caught the attention of a man who would change her life forever. Shaterika would eventually meet a man. For the sake of this story, let's call him Chris. The two connected instantly. They were both young, shared similar interests, and seemed to truly enjoy each other's company. Though not much is publicly known about Chris, it was clear the two quickly fell for one another. They spent a lot of time together, and before long, their relationship took a significant turn. Shaterika discovered she was pregnant. Both Shaterika and Chris were overjoyed by the news. They couldn't wait to become parents and start this new chapter of their lives together. Despite the surprise of it all, they were excited. Their families were thrilled to see the young couple so in love, and everyone supported them as they prepared for the arrival of their baby. Shaterika in particular was filled with joy and anticipation, looking forward to what the future held with Chris by her side. A few months later, they welcomed their baby girl, Kinsley. Almost immediately, Kinsley became Shaterika's world. Her social media lit up with sweet moments and snapshots of their life together.
Kinsley!
Smiles, laughter, milestones. But the joys of motherhood didn't stop there. Not long after, the family grew once more with the arrival of a baby boy. Their presence brought even more love and joy into Shaterika and Chris's household. With her nurturing spirit and boundless devotion, Shaterika poured her energy into raising her children, creating a home filled with warmth, laughter, and endless love. But love alone wasn't enough to hold everything together. Slowly, cracks began to form beneath the surface. The pressures of parenthood soon began to take a toll on Shaterika and Chris's relationship, and the weight of new responsibilities created tension between them. As their romantic connection grew strained, so did their ability to co-parent effectively. Eventually, the relationship came to an end. Despite the breakup, Chris remained present in the early years of his children's lives, but as Shaterika turned the page on her past, she found herself stepping into a new chapter, one that would set off a chain of events that no one could have imagined. Due to Shaterika's vibrant personality and social charm, it was not long before she would cross paths with someone who shared similar interests as her. Shaterika found love again, this time with a man, 42-year-old Tracy Johnson Williams. From the first moment they met, Tracy treated Shaterika with love and affection. He often surprised her with thoughtful gestures, small gifts, kind words, and romantic dates that made her truly feel cherished. As their connection deepened, they began sharing their journey on social media. Their vlogs captured glimpses of their everyday lives, romantic getaways, parties, and quiet moments that spoke volumes. They were fun, affectionate, and seemingly inseparable. But sometimes, whether traveling, partying, or simply enjoying life together, their chemistry was undeniable.
I think it's so fascinating. We know the end of this story, right? We know the end, that she was ultimately murdered by this man that she fell in love with, which, by the way, wasn't her child's father, right? It was a new man who she was showing off all over social media. And so, guys, when you watch social media, you see people smiling and they're happy, they're traveling. It ain't all love in paradise, okay? Sometimes there's a lot going on that, it's beneath the scenes, okay? It's behind the scenes. You ain't seeing what's going on, all right? But I think it's interesting that people make it an objective to show off how great their life is. Like, everyone's in competition. They're trying to compete. I'm living better than you. I'm traveling. I'm on a boat. I'm here. I'm there. I don't need nobody. I'm a single mom. I got married. Like, what's with all that? What is with all that? Okay, what are we competing for? What are we? And it's like we're trying to show everybody that we're better off than you. And this goes to show that she has so many pictures, videos of having a great time with a man who ultimately took her life. And I personally believe that we don't really dive deep into people. We're concerned about the surface, the trips, the this, the that, the hanging out, the food. That's all. Women are so surface level. They can't read a man to see who he really is. They can't. And that's what upsets me. And I feel for her. But I'm sure if she had a better connection with a father or something, maybe that could have helped. You know, maybe he was a bad person. Maybe the daddy left the mom, or maybe the mom chose poorly. I don't know. We weren't there. But the cycle continued. She became a single mom that tried to find someone else to pick up the pieces. And not only did he not pick up the pieces, he destroyed everything that was there. So now her kids are orphans. Why? All for what? And it would hurt me so bad knowing that my mom looks like she's happy and having a great time with a man that ultimately took her life. It would disturb me. It would make me look at things like this differently. And I look at things like this differently. And this didn't happen to me. So shout out to her children, man. This is devastating. Right? These pictures hurt. Just to look at them. They hurt just to look at them. Because it's fake smiles. Fake excitement. It's all for the camera. Guys, we need to start diving deep. But I'm going to tell you this, though. I just finished writing a great book. It's called Be Attractive and Shut Up. And the reason why I say that is because men that are subscribed to my channel and men like me, we're very deep thinkers. We think very deeply about these things. But you know what you're going to find out? Women don't want to hear nothing about your deep thoughts. They want the surface level stuff. Oh, you're beautiful. This is fun. This is great. I'm having a great time. Women like the surface thing. So realistically, if you want to see with women just like this man, who, by the way, I don't know much about him, but he seems like a sucker. Rest in peace to him, too. I know his family's grieving, too. I don't know what happened. We're going to figure it out. But to me, you are a coward above cowards if you kill a woman, let alone kill your wife. That's way against what God is talking about. You're supposed to die for your wife. Okay? But, to me, the book that I read, Be Attractive and Shut Up, the whole point about it is that a lot of times we talk our way out of relationships, out of experiences with women, because women think on a shallow surface level, figure out the tattoos, the wig, right? Sometimes the veneers, the BBLs, they think on a surface level. Men, we think on a deep level. And if you want to communicate with a woman, you have to be on her surface level. It's sad. Some people say it's manipulative, but it's actually the woman's language. So be on the lookout for my ebook. It's about to be released, hopefully by this week. I'll keep you guys posted. Let's watch the rest of this video and see what we can find out.
Tracy appeared to be not just a devoted partner, but someone who genuinely admired Sheterika's ambition. He celebrated her on Mother's Day, surprising her with a family get-together. But what truly made their bond stand out was how seamlessly their love extended beyond just the two of them. What made the relationship more beautiful was the fact that Sheterika's 2 children and long-term plans. Her family was thrilled to see Sheterika with someone she adored so much. She was clearly head over heels, and Tracy's charm and attentiveness made it easy to believe in their love story. She enjoyed the attention, but more than that, she appreciated finally having someone who seemed to understand and support her drive and vision. With love blossoming and their future looking bright, it felt only natural when Tracy decided to take the next step. After a few years of dating, Tracy finally proposed. Sheterika happily said yes, and the couple soon tied the knot in what she described as the best day of her life. But as we're all familiar, marriage brings new responsibilities, and that was no different for Sheterika. While she was known for her vibrant personality and love for the spotlight, Shaterika knew she had to tone things down a bit. She embraced a more mature image, made a few lifestyle changes, and let go of certain habits that didn't align with her new role as a wife. But even with the changes, her essence never faded. She still loved to go out, party, and dress in bold, confident styles that made her feel like herself. At times, she'd be seen wearing sexy outfits around her husband, choices that some critics felt were too much for a married woman. But to Shaterika, it was just her being unapologetically herself. And to the outside world, it seemed to work perfectly. After their wedding, they appeared even stronger. Their bond looked unbreakable, and the love between them seemed to grow deeper. They were like twins mirroring each other in style, humor, and presence. They continued to be the couple everyone admired, and the standard many single people felt pressured by. Their love seemed effortless, enviable, and deeply rooted. But sadly, as we've seen so often, social media can hide painful truths. To friends and followers, Tracy was the ideal man. Many believed Shaterika was incredibly lucky to have found such a supportive and loving husband. He presented himself as a great partner and a devoted stepfather. But Tracy was hiding a secret from Shaterika. While Shaterika was busy living her best life, traveling, socializing, and embracing her vibrant personality, Tracy, allegedly, began to grow resentful. He didn't appreciate the way she dressed or the trips she frequently took, especially as a married woman. Unbeknownst to Shaterika, the very traits that once drew Tracy to her were now becoming sources of tension. She had no idea that her husband was struggling internally, that he was feeling threatened, insecure. To her, everything still felt full of life and love, but to him, it felt like he was losing control. Shaterika, on the other hand, began to lean further into her independence. At this stage, she started going out even more, partying frequently, enjoying girls' trips, and showing off her confidence in new ways.
Saucy, baby. I'm fucking with them, man. I fuck with some bosses, baby. She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog. Wash my clothes the other day.
Yeah, Trip. Cheers. What's up with us?
She posted more on social media, including cryptic captions and increasingly sexy videos of her getaways and vibrant nights out, capturing the life of someone determined to enjoy every moment. However, the more Shaterika embraced her freedom, the more Tracy's behavior became unpredictable. He allegedly began exhibiting disturbing behavior, having mood swings, controlling tendencies, and emotional outbursts. Every time she returned from a trip or posted photos that showed her enjoying herself, it would allegedly spark heated arguments. Tracy couldn't handle it. To him, it felt like she was slipping away, and he was powerless to stop it. What Shaterika believed was a healthy balance between marriage and personal freedom was, in Tracy's eyes, a threat to their relationship. Then one day, something tragic would happen, something that no one could have imagined. On March 30th, 2025, around 4:30 a.m., police responded to a 911 call, and the caller reported a domestic disturbance situation in an apartment on the 5900 block of Ronmar Drive. Upon arriving at the scene, authorities made a heartbreaking discovery. They found two people dead, a male and a female. They discovered that the female, 38-year-old Shaterika Johnson, had died from a gunshot wound. What was even more disturbing was the male, who happened to be 42-year-old Tracy Johnson, had also died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
An apparent murder-suicide took place Sunday morning, sending shockwaves through the city. Alexandria police say at around 4:30 a.m., they responded to a domestic disturbance in the 5900 block of Ronmar Drive. Two bodies were discovered upon arrival, 38-year-old Shaterika Smith and 42-year-old Tracy Johnson.
Authorities say it appears that both died from gunshot wounds, but that Johnson's appeared to be self-inflicted. They are investigating this incident as an apparent suicide. APD asks anyone with information about this incident to contact them at the number on your screen.
As investigators tried to piece together the details of that fateful night, they concluded allegedly that Shaterika's growing independence, frequent outings, and active social media presence had likely triggered feelings of inadequacy and jealousy in Tracy. On the day of the incident, the couple may have engaged in a heated argument about the escalating tensions in their marriage. This confrontation seemingly reached a boiling point, and Tracy, overwhelmed by his own insecurities, believed that he was losing his wife. In a tragic turn, he decided that if he couldn't have her, no one else would. He then picked up a gun and shot Shaterika, taking her life instantly. In the aftermath, Tracy, unable to cope with the weight of his actions, turned the weapon on himself, despite outwardly presenting a picture-perfect man.
You know what's funny? And it's not funny. This is a tragedy. But again, like I said before, you know, her not having her father did not provide her with a good male example of what a man is. A man is not a person that takes you on trips and buys you stuff and lets you run him and control him and put you on a pedestal. That's not a man. But so many women, they're looking for that in a man. They're looking for someone that's going to be their biggest cheerleader. No matter what they do, they could be slapped, out of shape, bad hygiene, bad ethics. They could have all these bad traits about them. So long as a man puts them on a pedestal, they're happy. They don't want a man that's going to correct them, that's going to lead them, that's going to really tell them how to get close to God and the Bible. How to be led by the word. Right? A lot of these people, they're living in sin. A lot of these people living in sin. This is a man who, from all I could tell, he might have been like a beta man. This is a dude who's soft. He probably kissed her ass. She probably pushed him to marry her. She probably wore the pants in a relationship. I could just tell. There's something about this I could just tell. You know, and they didn't say they had any kids together. So here's a man marrying a single mom, probably trying to show off to the world and look at me, I got a great wife. And then on top of that, after they get married, she's out here living her best life. Like, she's an independent woman, nobody control her. Like, if having a husband is like just having an item, just having, you know, you got a thing over here, you know what I'm saying? It's a trophy husband of sorts. Oh yeah, I got a husband. I got a ring girl. Look at me. Let me show off. I'm married. You ain't married. I'm at Beyonce's concert. I'm over here. I'm drinking. I'm having a good time. I'm on trips. I'm on vacation. Life is not about all that stuff. People be thinking that life is about experiences, going out in the world and doing stuff. We have purpose in life. That's why I love the Bible, because God gives us purpose. We sit around, we look online, look on social media, and we say to ourselves, man, I should be on a trip. I should be on a boat. I want to buy a brand new car. I want a Rover. I want tattoos. I want this. I want. Life is about consumption to them. And this is why women make poor leaders, because they can't separate their desires from what's important. So I submit to you, who's ever watching this, is that a lot of the tragedy starts at home. And the home environment that she grew up in said that you don't need to trust a man. You don't need a man. A man's not needed for a family. This man probably felt inadequate, unneeded. She didn't need him. She just wanted him. He was like a pet. You know, and men, ultimately, a man can't just be a pet. He can't just be a thing that someone has. He's not just a possession. He is a leader. And he felt like he probably couldn't lead his wife anymore. He's losing control of his wife. His wife's on trips. And he's just sitting there just taking it. What can I do about this? You know, he's probably upset. He's probably drinking and sleep. You know, another girl trip? Another girl trip? You going on another? And then you looking at her social media. Then you partying, shaking your ass. But this is all the stuff she's doing. This is the woman you married, brother. So here's a weak man who married, a modern feminist style woman. Respect to her and her family. I'm just trying to say, we got to take the lessons from this, right? She might have been a good person. There's a lot of good people who fell for the feminist lie that you could do whatever you want, be whatever you want. You don't need a man. All this nonsense. And it turns into tragedy. This is where all that stuff, this is the fruits of feminism, single motherhood, and women selecting beta men because they could control them. These are the fruits of this. You got a man that's going to turn the very tool he has to protect you, he's going to end your life with that. And then end his own. Sad, man. This is horrible, man. And so I see a lot of men. I did a video the other day about a man who was upset that in his 40s he wasn't married and he didn't have a woman, he didn't have purpose. To me, he's just like this dude Tracy, a beta man that thinks that a woman gives you purpose. God gives you purpose. God gave you responsibility. You don't need responsibility from a woman. God gave you responsibility. Lean on the word. Lean on the Bible. But a lot of people don't put that much effort in their life, but they expect a big return. Small effort, they want a huge return. It doesn't work like that. And this is why we're in a spiritual warfare in America right now, because too many people think they can live life on their terms and get whatever results they deem possible. Oh, I'm going to manifest this. I'm going to manifest that. Yeah, all right. You might not believe in God, but that don't mean God don't exist. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I can go further into this, but, I think the lessons are to take away from this is that single motherhood, feminism, and beta men, that cocktail, very dangerous cocktail. You can see a lot of this. A lot of these stories I covered, shot dead by husband, shot dead by boyfriend, shot dead by baby father. A lot of those men were beta men. Beta men are very dangerous. If you don't lean on the Bible, you are a very dangerous man because you don't have no foundation. You don't have no authority. You are your authority. So therefore, if you say you could do this, you'll do this. That's a dangerous man. Far more dangerous than a man who has a weapon, who is strong, but is led by the word. Far more dangerous. Because they're led by Satan and Satan is their daddy. Very sad, man. Rest in peace to somewhat, these people are somewhat victims. They're victims of circumstance. They let the contributing factors of their life be the determining factors of their life. Very sad. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.